Howdy, hi, hello. My name's Rambo, and I'm bringing you day 11 of our 30-day content creation challenge for the month of June. I have in front of me some of the questions, I wrote them down, that you guys asked on our different social media platforms, and I'm going to answer a couple of them, not all of them. All of them were answered over on our blog where you can go and read them all, but I'm going to read the most repetitive ones that I think you guys would enjoy the most. So the first one, the reason I'm in front of my Build-A-Bear wall right now, one of my most frequently asked questions is which one of my Build-A-Bears is my favorite. I clearly have a lot of them. You guys are only seeing a small fraction in the background here. You can see more of them in some of the other TikToks I've made. It's very hard to pick a favorite. I have my Tabby Kitty Cat. That was my first Build-A-Bear, which is obviously going to have the most sentimental value. But I've got so many, it's hard to pick one. If you were to ask which one I sleep with and cuddle with the most, it's going to be this guy here. He is one of their online exclusives. He is the Brown Cuddles Bear, I think is what he's called. I know he's got Cuddles Bear in his name, but I don't know if they call him the Brown's Cuddles Bear or if that's his twin of a brother who's a darker brown. I can't quite remember that part. I got him 2 Februarys ago now. He's got his little Valentine's Day shirt on him. Yes, I bought him for myself, okay? It was a Valentine's Day gift to myself. I did gift another bear to someone else that I put the matching I Love You More shirt onto. So this guy sleeps in bed with me all the time, mostly because my childhood bear that I had, not my childhood Build-A-Bear, but my childhood bear that I had since I was an infant is very, very dingy, and I don't want to ruin him. And this is very similar in texture to him, so this guy stays on my bed with me all the time. But I do love all of my Build-A-Bears. It's just some of them are definitely more so for decoration and to show that I'm a collector, and others are for loving and cuddles. They do all get just as much love put into their hearts and just as much stuffing put into them, because anyone who has Build-A-Bears knows that the stuffing can get a little soft and limp after a while. But this guy stays in my bed, so he's probably classified as my favorite. I'll let you guys make that decision. One of the second most frequently asked questions is obviously, as a gamer, what is my favorite game? That's another hard question. I don't know why you guys like to ask questions about what favorites I have. Favorites are so hard to pick. If I had to ask you to pick a favorite something, would you be able to pick? Whether it comes to my games or my books or candy or whatever, it's very, very hard to pick a favorite, guys. I don't know why you like to mess with me like this. I think my most frequently played game is currently Palia, but I don't know if it's necessarily my favorite. My favorites have changed depending on the stages I'm in life, because growing up, Mario was always my favorite, which we'll get into in a second. But I've also enjoyed Minecraft because I could play it with my siblings. I also enjoyed Sims. It's what I started my streaming career on. I enjoy Fortnite and playing Fortnite. That was a favorite when I was first meeting my boyfriend and playing with games with him. But I don't know what my favorite game would currently be. I play so many different games. Do you know how many games I own? Anything Nintendo related, though, is definitely a top level game for me. But a follow-up question to that someone asked me was what game holds the most sentimental value and the most important memories to me, and that's going to be my Mario games. I grew up playing Mario. Mario was the first game that I was introduced to on the original Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES, as you'll hear me call it frequently on stream. Mario just is always going to hold a significant role in my gaming life, and I'm never going to let that go. I love his games, and I love that they're starting to adventure more into Luigi and Peach and getting all of those other characters their own games as well. So Mario has a lot of sentimental value because he started me on my gaming career, and he is forever going to be part of my gaming career. One of the other questions I got asked was, what kind of music do I like to listen to? And we did get a secondary question to that as well. What kind of music do I listen to keep me motivated? Which I really should be playing some of that music more frequently right now, because I keep procrastinating on doing these daily challenge things, and they keep getting pushed off further and further, which is why you guys are about to get spammed with all of these videos that I pushed off for like a week. I listen to just about everything. The only music I won't listen to is rap that I cannot understand and the hardcore screamo, only because I can't sing along to it without hurting my own voice. I grew up listening to country music. My mom absolutely adores country music, as well as Christian rock. My dad was a really big Skillet person. We would spend all of Sundays listening to Skillet and bands like AC/DC and Pink Floyd, which I know aren't Christian rock, but those were my dad's tastes, and so those are what I grew up around. I did also have the exposure with my peers to pop music, though, so I do start to gear a little bit more towards pop music on my own, but I do still enjoy listening to the country that I grew up with. I do still enjoy listening to Skillet. I do absolutely adore my Disney songs. So I listen to just about anything and everything, and again, picking a favorite can be really, really hard. In terms of what music I listen to motivate me, Disney's definitely a good one. I do actually have a playlist on Spotify. It's called My Motivational Mix. I play that anytime I want to make sure that I'm staying motivated and staying working on things. There are a lot of songs that I sing along to. Most times, thinking that you're singing along to music, you're going to think that you're going to get distracted. Singing along to music actually helps keep me motivated and keeps me on track with what I'm doing. So making sure that I have a playlist with music that I can sing to and I know is very helpful. Studying was a completely different thing. Studying, I needed music that I could not sing along to, otherwise I was not going to retain anything. But when I'm doing chores or things like that and I need to stay motivated, it's songs I can listen to. One of the biggest songs right now that keeps me amped up and keeps me wanting to do things is Girls Like Me. I don't know if you know that song or not. I'm actually going to have it playing in the background of this video very, very, very quietly, but Girls Like Me is definitely one of the most motivational songs to me because I feel like I'm a very strong, independent person and I stand out from the crowd when I need to. So that definitely helps keep me motivated, as well as the entire Ugly Dolls soundtrack. I love Ugly Dolls. Fourth question. I thought this one was a really good question that someone asked. They asked me, if you could tame or befriend any fictional creature, which would it be and why? They did have another portion of that asking about real life creatures, which is super easy for me to answer. If I could tame any real life creature, it would be a wolf. I would love to have one of those like giant massive wolves and tame it and be able to like ride on its back and all of that type of stuff, which I guess might also be a little bit of a fictional thing because they don't necessarily get big enough for you to ride on like that anymore, but that would be my real life creature. Fictional creature, the only thing that originally came to mind when I read this question was dragons, but then you get the whole scientific aspect of dragons may have actually existed. You have a lot of lizards nowadays that we call dragons. The bearded dragons and stuff like that, there may have been real dragons that flew around at some point in time. You never know. We had dinosaurs after all. But if I had to pick one, it may be fairies and pixies. Now, I know a lot of people are scared of fairies and pixies, but I grew up in elementary school looking for fairy rings. I definitely got really into the lore of fairies. I'm not as much anymore. I still love Tinkerbell and all of her friends, but I used to be really into the actual lore and the actual fairy tales and dark tales of fairies and pixies. So if I could befriend any fictional character or creature, it may be them. Because you definitely want to be on their good side. If you know, you know. And then the last and most important question that I get asked frequently by the same couple of people all the time is, why is League of Legends the greatest game on Earth? It's not. I'm sorry. Have your opinions as you will, but I'm not really a League person. I think it's classified as an MMORPG, but I could be wrong on that. I've only played League once or twice. I've tried booting it up on my computer, and my computer does not like it. So I, in turn, do not have great experiences with League. I also do not find any entertainment in watching other people play League. It makes me think of all of those little nonchalant phone games that you can play, where you're just sending the little bots, like Clash of Clans. I think of League like Clash of Clans. It's fun in the moment, it's a cool boredom game, but it's not something that I actually enjoy playing. So, as controversial as that may be, you go ahead and you keep enjoying your games if you enjoy League, but I will keep to my games. And we'll just keep going on in a world like that. So yeah, those were some of the questions that you guys asked me. Again, my name is Rambo, and I hope you found that kind of interesting to learn about me. Until next time, guys, bye!